Patrick at Pals. And of course my Buick is in Dekalb, and it's with Mark at the Motorworks. And today is a huge day. Tomorrow is a car show in Auburn, Indiana. I'm 220 miles away, but 2 tires and 2 tubes are here. But more importantly than the tires, I mean, they're important, but a torque tube for this car is really important. Now, folks, I know that you're familiar with drive shafts and how they work, but these older cars have a torque tube. Okay, it's a tube, and you can see where it couples together here with the U-joints, okay? But it runs in fluid, all right? That's how they cool it. And that tube comes all the way back to the rear differential. So in order to change out the rear tail shaft seal and then reseal the torque tube, which was what was leaking on my car, you have to take it apart with a come-along and a strap. So you disconnect it and you pull it back with a come-along, okay? This is not for the faint of heart. You need to be safe when you're doing this, all right? And then you've got what Mark's holding in his hands. He's getting it out right now. Mark, can you explain how these go together and what they do?
This is the ball of what they call it for the torque tube. So this is the inner piece that's bolted to the back of the transmission. And then there's this piece, which is the physical ball itself. This is what allows your suspension travel because the drive shaft is going right through this.
Okay.
This end here is what's actually attached to the torque tube. And then there's this outer piece here, and this is the retainer. So it all sits together like that, and that's what holds the torque tube in place. And more importantly, it holds the rear axle into the car.
Wow. Now, when I came in, I thought all I needed was this tail shaft seal.
Correct.
But because it's a torque tube, we found out that it wasn't really the tail shaft that was leaking. It was that piece right there.
It was this seal here, and what we actually had found out was someone had been in here before, because if you can see, this seal fits quite sloppy loose in here.
Yes, it sure does.
We're hoping the new one actually has a nice tight fit. But someone had also, for whatever reason, had this ring stuck in here to basically space this seal closer to the torque tube to try to make up for wear.
Wow.
Then hoping that it was actually going to seal.
Now you and I looked together for these parts, and it took us 2 days to find them.
Yes.
Because everything on the internet is for a Dynaflow.
Correct.
And this is a 3-speed manual. And folks, I'm just telling you, if you don't have a technician with the knowledge that Mark has, you're in a world of hurt. So if you've got a torque tube and it's leaking, if you're in Ocala, bring it to Pals. If you're in Dekalb, bring it to Mark at Motorworks. See you soon.